Do you ever feel that life is just way too overwhelming?
Do you ever feel like life just gets in the way?
Or how everyone else makes it look so easy and you just can't figure it out?
All the time. And if this sounds like you, then grab a seat, get a cup of Joe or a glass of Merlot, and join the two broads from Boca as we discuss life and those taboo topics that you only talk about behind closed doors.
It is time to open those doors, embrace yourself, and take your power back.
So give us a call at 888-565-1470 and ask those unspoken questions.
Or simply just share an idea.
Hello, and welcome to Two Broads from Boca. I am back. I am Dr. Amy Schreibman, and this is my lovely co-host.
Hi, it's Dawn Grauber. Welcome to Two Broads from Boca. It's nice to have you back.
Well, I missed you.
I know you did not have a joyous time.
I did not have a joyous time, but
I'm glad you're back.
I am back. And, yeah, it was interesting. That's all I could say.
You can find us live streaming on Facebook at Two Broads from Boca. You can also find us on our website, twobroadsfromboca.com. Find us on Instagram, AMP2TV. You can find us on Twitter, AMP2TV. And you can find us on Periscope at AMP2TV.
There you go.
And give us a call at 888-565-1470 to join our fun. Send any comments to Facebook. We'll be able to check it out as we keep going. And we've got a great guest tonight.
I have not mastered that skill yet of the Facebook while we're on the air, but I will. I will. But just to play catch up before we introduce our fab guest, who's quite beautiful, might I add. So, what's going on? It's freezing here in Florida. For those of you who don't live in Florida, it's like 9 degrees below zero.
Yes, I had to go home and put on sleeves and pants.
Which is,
which for me, if everything's not, well, I'm sort of covered up.
She's cold when it's covered up.
Yeah, it was cold. We had a great event Saturday, though, with ADL.
Tell us about that.
We've been working with the Anti-Defamation League to promote No Place for Hate and anti-bullying, and it's been a huge initiative we've been pushing forward with AMP2 TV and here as well, and JJ and Tracy Grossman and Amanda, and it all came together at the Panthers game on Saturday night for No Place for Hate initiative, and it was just unbelievable. The kids, the slap shots, all these schools came out, charter schools, everyone got T-shirts.
Oh, that's so sweet.
The Panthers have been so gracious, and thank you to Rob Cunningham for setting up the venue for us, that the Panthers are ready to promote next year. We're starting an off-season to promote it to get more and more people
Very
there.
good. I enjoyed the Panthers myself.
It was great. I don't know. I've never sat through an entire game and not watched a single play.
I love hockey.
Not one play, because just watching the kids interact and watching JJ and my kids and all the kids from these schools say we're moving this initiative forward to college. They all sat down around the table up in the Lord Stanley Lounge and said, this is where we are in high school as seniors. These kids are moving forward, and we're going to take it to all of the schools that the avid kids at Atlantic have been accepted to, and move that forward.
There you go.
No Place for Hate, anti-bullying initiative for the Anti-Defamation League. You can always give them a call or always find us on Facebook, and we'll be happy to pass the information forward.
There you go.
I know. So that was a fun event, and now we're working on the Duck Derby. Just one event to the next. Kids in Distress is having a Duck Derby.
You're doing
March
this
25th.
with the show, the daytime thing.
That's actually, it's open to the public. It's the Duck Derby to prevent childhood abuse.
Oh, that's nice.
Kids in Distress. They've got an unbelievable, Pam, so many organizations to stop childhood abuse, to support kids, adoption, everyone in need, and just spread the message forward. So there's a Duck Derby on March 25th down in Fort Lauderdale on the New River. 30,000 ducks get released into the river. It's all to promote kids in distress. $5 a duck. AMP2 is having a team to buy the ducks to raise money, and all goes back to the kids. And it's a fun event. Fair, food trucks, music.
There you go.
Always open to the public, and it's a free event.
That's
so free events, buy a duck for $5. We decided a duck for $5. A day out of Starbucks, and you get a duck.
And there you have it.
And there's 10 prizes. Winning prize gets $10,000.
That's fair.
If your duck gets to the other end of the New River first, $10,000. Although I've been told I have to give all my money back.
There you go.
If we win, it all goes back to kids in distress, so it's all worth it.
There you go.
And we're buying as many ducks as we are old.
Oh, boy.
I know.
We got 105 years between us.
We just keep growing. I know. It all benefits the kids, though.
There you go. Okay. enough about age. Anyway,
Give us a call, though, 888-565-1470. I know you're going to really want to hear about our guest.
we have a fabulous guest
We
with
can't
us
see
tonight.
this, though, because...
Well, we will in a moment. I'll hold it up.
okay,
So we can
we just
hide
got to
it.
get the right shot in.
We have Pam Polani, who is a concierge attorney. She deals with personal estate planning, wills, durable powers of attorney, trust, and probate. She is in the South Florida area, and she also is fluent in Hebrew, and she's gorgeous, might I add. She's
I'll
here
come
to
back
talk-
anytime.
and
Southern
she's
girl
here
from
to
Florida.
talk to us actually about a couple of things. First about you, and then we're going to talk about your philanthropy with Alzheimer's disease.
Well, first of all, I love the red T-shirt from ADL. Everybody should be wearing it.
No place for hate.
No place for hate. And go get those ducks, because that is awesome. First of all, thank you guys. I'm so happy to be here. The energy is so much fun, and I could just jump in and just
jump right
just
in.
do the little coffee class.
Just
We're
jump right
very-
in,
yeah,
interrupt.
very
This is
fun.
how we
And I
run.
brought you guys a present.
Oh, thank you.
I'm opening it because I'm not
and,
good.
and it's like something you can pass it around. And of course, it's purple because my charity that I really do a lot for
I'm
is
going to hold
the
this up
Alzheimer's.
right now. First of all, I just want to say it's so adorable. It's purple. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I like that it has Lord and Taylor, the store that never disappoints. So there you go. Can everybody see that? We'll put this.
Tell us
picture
about
up
your
on-
event.
Okay. So you want me to tell you
Well,
about my
I would
event
like to
first?
tell us first about you, and then we'll talk about how you got involved with the event.
Well, I am a South Florida native. I was born and raised in the South Florida area.
That's rare.
And thank you. And I am a rare bird. And I actually then met my husband after working with the state attorney's office in Broward County. Met my husband, fell in love,
Oh.
got on an airplane with him, and moved to Israel for several years.
Wow.
I
And I'm
love
barred
that
and licensed
story.
in Israel. And that's how I learned Hebrew. And I know Spanish from growing up in the South Florida area. And the joke was I didn't have an official passport until I met my husband, but I certainly have, after living in South Florida, feel like I should have always had a passport. Never traveled until I met him. So,
Wow.
yeah.
And you live from Homestead.
And I'm from Homestead, Florida.
So you have this beautiful
for
accent from
you.
Homestead.
Yeah, thanks.
Really?
I try to hide it. I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to tell people that I was raised when South Florida is a very different area.
I was going to say, because no one in Florida sounds like they're from the South, because Florida's really, it's just the
funny,
next
I
borough from
actually-
New York, but you're really from some of the
I
South.
actually met another attorney who is a few years older than I, and she also was raised not too far from where I was.
That little
And we were
twang,
talking
you can hear
about,
it.
and we were talking about how South Florida was a very southern place if
So
you were
different.
born and raised in the years, you know. And now it's very
She's thrilled.
different. But yeah, I love it, and I still tell people you have to remember this is a southern state.
I
and
always
we
tell
know
people that too. I'm
It's the
like,
Southern
because
state.
the end
because
of the
don't
day,
forget
we're
we
in
have
the South.
homestead exemption. That's really a southern state real estate kind of thing.
I'm-
Not
I
many
remember we
states
had
have it.
blue laws here on Sundays. I remember going to
Right.
Publix, and until 12 o'clock, you couldn't buy anything.
couldn't buy
It's a
anything.
real Southern state thing that we had here.
Yes, 100%. And all of our
I'm
former
from the South
Democratic,
Bronx.
all of our that's got its own twang.
Exactly.
But yeah, so the
What's up?
southern governors of our state were all southern, right?
So different.
right, very Bill Graham and all that. Yeah, so Bob
love
Graham.
these.
So yeah, so anyway, so I love the state, and when I moved back here from Israel, I wanted to develop a practice that was really more personalized. So my whole thing is, people are busy.
Yeah.
And most of my clients are professionals, lawyers, doctors, who don't have time in the week to actually meet with me and their spouse. And so I will actually travel to them. I go to them sometimes at night.
You're
Not
like a
often,
traveling,
but
like a
sometimes.
traveling doctor.
It's the best way
Right.
to do it because, like you even said to me about coming on another show.
Right.
How are you going to do that in the middle of your day? And then you have two working families,
Right.
two incomes. You got to clear two schedules, and it's not one meeting; it's multiple meetings, and then
Exactly.
it's lost revenue, and they go another year and another year. But you need to get these things in place.
Right, and that's
agree.
really the point. You know, unfortunately, we all know people who, tragically, just this past week, one of my good friends, Karen Turk, Mrs. Florida, she lost her sister-in-law, and it was very tragic, very young, and I believe she was in a car accident.
my gosh.
And things happen on a dime. And I tell everyone over the age of 18, you should have 4 documents in place, whether you have property or not. The most important thing in this world is you.
Yep.
And if you don't take care of you, no one else will.
You know, I was
That's
going to ask
true.
you about that because when my kids went to, most people think estate planning for 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, they put it in trust. My kids went to college and started studying abroad. Our friend said, you must have these documents in place because no one will give you any information, medical information,
It's
legal
true.
information, all because you're a parent.
Right. I
So
talk about
your
this a lot,
rights at 18
and I
as
say
a
most
parent.
parents believe that if a child is still on their health insurance plan, that they can make all those decisions for them.
Incorrect.
And the doctor here will tell you that's not right.
So
and
what
that's not true.
documents should they have in place?
I always say everyone over 18 should have 4 documents. A durable power of attorney, which helps make economic decisions in case you can't. So for in the terms of a young man who might have a bank account in his own name, what if he is on a skiing accident
Right.
and he can't pay his rent? How is his mom and dad going to go into those accounts
And
and
get
help
rent.
him, right? So durable power of attorney. Living will, healthcare surrogate, which now is 1 document. It used to be 2. Now it's combined in 1, and very specific
That is very
language
important.
talking about organ donation. This is not just end of life decisions either. This is talking about, again, let's take the same young man. He got in a skiing accident. He is in a medically induced coma. He's going to be fine, but he can't make decisions. Who's going to make decisions for him? And the 3rd document would be a pre-need designation of guardianship.
That I never heard of. Explain.
So a lot of times when people have property and they have trusts, that it will be a part of a revocable trust, saying that if this person has absolutely no capacity, that he appoints a pre-need designation of guardianship, so that in order to tell the courts who you would want to be your guardian. So parents will understand this in the terms of when you have minor age children, you must put down in writing who you wish to be the guardian of your children in the event that you temporarily or permanently cannot. And most people say, oh, I'll just put that in my will.
Right.
What happens if you are temporarily incapacitated? DCF, Department of Children and Families, certainly could still come in and take your child. So the point being is, the same concept actually applies to adults. If you don't appoint who you want to be your guardian, it is not going to be necessarily your spouse. It's not necessarily going to be your parents. It's not necessarily going to be your sister. You should put down in writing who that person would be.
And these are hard decisions to make. I remember doing it when our kids were little and then as they've gotten older, because guardianship is, if it's going to be the grandparents, which one do you choose?
Right.
And
But
that
you know
becomes a
what's
whole
worse?
other thing. And then
You know
your
what's
kids.
worse? How about this? We all have gone to the doctor, right? And if you go and you check up, and these ladies are gorgeous, by the way, too, so I don't know what they're saying about me, but if you
same
go to
thing.
the doctor and you say, hey, I have these symptoms, whatever, and you catch it early on, we all know, whatever it is, you detect it early, you'll
And
be,
prevention.
prevention is the key, right? Same thing with estate planning. And really and truly, most people don't want to see attorneys. And so that's why I really developed a very different practice, because you can then say, I feel comfortable. I go to their homes where they feel most
I like that.
comfortable.
Right.
And they can be relaxed with their pets. And then I can see a whole other side of them that I wouldn't see necessarily in my office. I can see that they have a gun collection. I can see they have a Yadro collection. I can see they collect paintings, or they have artifacts.
You kind of
or-
get to know who
right,
they
I get
are.
to know who they are. And I wouldn't see that necessarily in my office. And so the other point being is they feel really comfortable. So then things that they would feel they have a hard time making decisions, we can really talk it out. And they can make these decisions much easier.
They feel comfortable. They feel safe in their place. They're not overwhelmed. They're not intimidated.
Because if you come to see me beforehand, the cost and the pain involved is like this, small amounts,
Right.
However, if you wait until it's too late and I have to actually go and get an emergency order so that they can do medical intervention for you, which she
hate
can
that.
tell you
I hate
is horrible. And most people think, oh, well, my spouse will make a decision. No longer in the state of Florida can you rely on that.
Exactly.
Oh, my parents will make that decision. Are you over 18? You will not be able to rely on that.
I once had a child who was injured, and naturally you would think it was a minor child, 3 years old, and you would think that we could have went to the parents, but we had to go to court because the parents were intoxicated, and they could
What
not
about
make a
divorced
decision.
parents?
Yeah, that's a good
And
time.
that's a good time
Oh
too.
my gosh, so much going
So
on.
those are the 3 documents, and there's one more. So we've talked about the durable power of attorney, the healthcare surrogate living will, the pre-need designation of guardianship, and the last one I would say is HIPAA. And everybody kind of has an
I like
idea of what a HIPAA is.
Right.
This is, you go to the doctor's office so that they can have consent to speak with your insurance company
Right.
and get payment. That's the doctor's HIPAA. The HIPAA I'm talking about is different than a doctor or the one you
Exactly.
sign when you go to pick up your medicine at the pharmacist. The one I'm talking about gives people who live far away. And in this day and age, you're
Everybody
talking
lives
about how I'm an anomaly because I grew up in the state of Florida,
Right.
Right.
right? So in this day and age where everybody has come from wherever,
Exactly.
Canada, Israel, Kuwait, I have
Wherever.
clients from all over, okay? New York, Ohio. how are you going to have someone find out if you're okay if they don't have a HIPAA? So, especially for older parents, we have so many people here who I call senior orphans.
Like, yeah, elder
Right?
orphans. we discussed
Absolutely.
that.
Senior orphans, we've talked about this. And senior orphans being parents have moved here, kids are far away. The kids hear that mom and dad got in a car accident.
And what?
They just want to know, is mom and dad okay? With a
Elder
HIPAA,
orphans.
you can send it over to the emergency room just to make sure that your mom and dad are all right. It's also great, like, if you're facing a catastrophe, a catastrophe.
Yeah,
You
a
have some
catastrophic situation.
catastrophic illness. You can have your best friend have your HIPAA, and so that they can contact your insurance company and say, where should you go for a treatment?
I-
Because people who
I
are
get
sick,
that.
that's the last thing they have energy to find out,
Absolutely.
right?
Or they're unable to.
Right. Also, and this is the problem. So 4 documents, and everyone over 18.
Everyone over 18, 4 documents. We're going to take a break. We're going to be right
Sounds
back.
good.
Give us a call, 888-565-1470, to hear more from Pam Polani, estate planning, and then her incredible event on this Friday. We'll be right back. Know your body, gain control of your health, transform your life. If your body could talk, what would it tell you? At DexaFit, we show you how to take control of your health and fitness to live a happier, more fulfilling life. Hormones, metabolic health, and cardio fitness all play a significant role in your energy levels, sleep quality, and overall well-being. With our proven methods of measure, track, and discover, we show you how your body composition, cardio fitness, and metabolic health compare to your optimal level. At DexaFit, our goal is to help you identify and understand the health and fitness of how to transform your body to meet your individual goals, break through your plateaus, and take the guesswork out. Improve your energy levels, sleep, and weight. Give us a call at 561-923-8833. We are conveniently located at 2499 Glades Road in Boca Raton. Schedule an appointment online at DexaFit.com. Give us a call, 561-923-8833, and mention this ad for special pricing.
This portion of our show has been sponsored by Edelman, Barron, and Schreibman, MDPA, board-certified physicians in pulmonary, critical care, and sleep medicine. Offices are conveniently located in Boca Raton and Delray Beach, Florida. 561-488-2988.
Hey, 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 grab your glass of Merlot.
Or your cup of coffee. And if you want to join in on the fun, give us a call at 888-565-1470.
Let's rejoin the two broads from Boca. And we're back. Welcome to the Two Broads from Boca. We are live streaming on Facebook, Two Broads from Boca, also on our website, twobroadsfromboca.com. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. And the old-fashioned way, you can find us on the radio, 95.3 and 1470 AM. Either tune right in or on your iHeartRadio app. We have Pam Polani, an incredible guest with us. She is Affordable Legal Services. We're talking about the 4 important documents everyone over the age of 18. So not even adults in our parents' age. You're talking 18. These 4 important documents.
I don't care that you don't have property. I do care that you take care of yourself.
I agree.
First thing you go on an airplane, what does the flight attendant say?
In case of an emergency.
Buckle your
In case
seatbelt.
of an emergency, right? Put your oxygen mask on yourself
Self
before you
first.
help others.
Right.
And unfortunately, we are not trained, many of us, to think like that.
Because we can't help anyone in any situation unless we help ourselves.
That's right.
No, and I think that is really a key thing because women particularly tend to put themselves last. But you know what? I learned the hard way. If you don't take care of you, you're no good to anybody.
Right.
With everything.
With everything. And then the other thing is we have such a built-in distaste in our community of attorneys and the legal services. But most attorneys are wonderful, and they're really here to serve you. And the first time you see an attorney should not be an emergency because of the fact that you're probably not going to like that situation. It's going to cost you a lot of money.
Sure.
It's going to be very frustrating. Probate is a very frustrating process. Guardianship, very frustrating and expensive. Both of them.
So you can get to
And
Pam.
you
I
can
just
do
want to
that.
make sure we get your
Yeah.
event in and your
Yeah.
phone number and everything in because we go so quick here. Your office number is 561-496-4222.
Correct.
And Pam will come to your home. You do not have to go to her. You don't have to say, I can't get away next year. Let's do it now. She's called Affordable Legal Services, which
And-
means she's affordable. So give her a call. Let her come to you. Consultation.
Free consultations.
And you also work on Sundays, but she does not work on
I
Sundays.
do almost all my consultations on a Sunday.
But you do free consultations. You'll
Right.
go to their home.
Right.
It's a win-win. You have nothing to lose. Only gain information.
Have a little brunch on Sunday. It's
Only gain
gorgeous.
information. So give Pam
If
a
you put
call.
out a cookie, I'll be there.
There you go.
Cookie and
My
coffee.
kind of
Yeah,
guy.
that's pretty much it. 561-496-4222. Polani at bellsouth.net.
Correct.
Good email.
There you go.
And you
Let's-
have a big event coming up.
I do.
And let's talk
So
about it.
4 years ago, I actually founded the Boca Walk to End Alzheimer's through the Alzheimer's Association. I had this idea that we needed something in South County. And the way that we raise money for the walk is actually fundraising all the way through the year. And one of our biggest events now that I create, this is also something I created 3 years ago, is our luncheon. It is at Boca West on March 10th, which is this Friday. And I'm amazed that my hair isn't frizzing quite yet. Because we have 800 people expected to come. In 3 years, we have grown this event from our first year we had 300 or so, second year around 500. This year we have about 800 people coming. And we have closed out registration actually. But if you want to come, you can be a walk-in. And we will have space for you as a walk-in.
Yes, we will.
It's $150, completely tax deductible. Most of us go to these lunches
And the food is not.
and the food is not. And you get a letter that says
Your food is
you
not
made,
tax
you made a
deductible.
payment, and unfortunately your food. But we got enough sponsors to underwrite the cost of everything, and so everybody who's an attendee will actually be writing it off. And so $150 to the Alzheimer's Association, the biggest organization handling awareness, research, and support of those living with Alzheimer's.
There you go. And it's not only for the patient, but for their loved ones. It's a very tedious and long process.
Well, we don't say tedious, and I'll tell you why. Ready? I put the fun in fundraising.
You put the fun in
Okay.
everything.
I mean, I don't mean the fundraising portion. I mean,
you mean
living,
Alzheimer's?
living
Yes.
with it is
Well,
it's very difficult.
I will say that since I've begun with the Alzheimer's Association, what a change. We are making huge strides
Yay.
in this area in just 4 years. Really,
Fantastic.
which is fantastic. 4 years ago, they didn't have a blood test to tell you if you have Alzheimer's. Now they do. Just a simple blood test will tell you.
You know, the amazing thing is you can go through, and we have a family member who had to go through all these psych testings. And then halfway through, he says, I'm getting up and I'm leaving. Because at this point, what's the difference if you're going to label it dementia, dementia 1, Alzheimer's? It's all on the spectrum of something.
Right.
And he got so frustrated with this testing, he goes, I'm out of here.
Right.
But now they've had
And
a blood
Alzheimer's
test.
Association actually addresses the 100 different types of dementia, along with Alzheimer's and Lewy body dementia, which actually caused Robin Williams to commit suicide. Okay, most people don't realize that the reason he committed suicide was it's one of the actual side effects of Lewy body dementia, and is depression. So this is really something that is amazing because we are addressing it very much in our community. 1 in 3 in Palm Beach County, 1 in 3 are affected with Alzheimer's or dementia. Wow. That is huge.
Scary.
We are 4 times the population of Alzheimer's and dementia in our community than anywhere else in the country.
That's crazy.
Economically, socially, healthcare-wise, we are not ready. We are just not. And through events like the one on March 10th, this Friday at Boca West, we are hoping to bring not only awareness to our community, but to raise much-needed funds to take care of these families.
And
It
all
is
of your money is going to
catastrophic.
you.
All
Not
the
you,
money
to the Alzheimer's
to the
Association.
Alzheimer's Association. All of this is volunteer. I'm a full-time attorney.
Oh, no, I don't mean
My
to you. I
entire
meant to
committee-
the organization. I
it's
need
not
to be
me.
clear.
If you want to write a check to me, that's a whole nother matter now. But this is completely for Alzheimer's Association. Everything is volunteer. My favorite 4-letter word is free. So we try to get as much donated as we can. The centerpieces, the DJ, everything.
Definitely come out and meet Pam and talk to her. And you can meet me too. I'll be there.
One of our speakers is going to be talking about a very strong possibility of a cure for Alzheimer's.
That's
That would be
amazing.
awesome.
Yes.
How can people find you again?
You can go on the website for the luncheon and see that. That is www.alzheimersluncheon.eventbrite.com. You can call me, 561-496-4222.
When is the walk?
The walk is actually Sunday, September 17th.
We have a while to promote that one.
Right, but that's why we're doing fundraising now, because the walk is free. And the way we can make it free so that everyone can attend is going, you're going to come?
I do all the outside
Is going
work.
to, is so that we can do these events. So please
Wow.
support. We need your donations. We need your support tremendously. This is the biggest issue facing Palm Beach County right now. Hands
Thank
down.
you, Pam. Thank you, Wendy. Amy. Why did I say Wendy?
Because it's windy outside.
It's Wendy.
today.
Thank
It's
you,
very
Amy.
windy
Thank you,
outside.
Pam. Go to our
She's gone.
page. Give Pam a call,
Wendy.
496-4222. I'm so sorry. I don't even know it, Wendy. Have a great day. Nice night. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Oh, good.
You've been hanging with the two broads from Boca.
If you have gained some confidence or an idea to create a better day, then we have made a difference.
Join us every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. on WWNN.
Give us a call. Feel inspired as we continue to open those doors and have some fun.
The opinions